Welcome to T.R.A.A.P TV and Soul Culture Productions, TTSCP. It is February, it is Black History Month, so happy Black History Month. We've done some amazing things over the years. Right now, we finna talk about auntie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got that one auntie that comes to the cookout, is very close with your mom or very close with your dad. Just not gonna hold anything back. They gonna tell it like it is. How they voice is set up, tone is like, you gonna hear them from down the block. You gonna most definitely hear them if you upstairs, and you downstairs, you just gonna hear their voice. But that's the type of person they are. They're very loving people. I think this lady is important. I think this lady is beautiful. I love her energy. I love her character. Jennifer Lewis is really like an amazing person for real. She's done an amazing job in a lot of roles. So we just gonna dissect this interview that she done. I got my Nike on. God is good. Let's get into it.
Auntie loves you.
You think we giving Nike too much credit though, Miss
Fuck
Lewis?
Nike. I'm talking about they were the first company that did anything. So that little bit I'm grateful for.
I wear my Nike today because you were coming.
There you go. Look at that. Swoosh, baby. It's not about Nike. It's about the movement. It's about the resistance. It's about caring. Doing, no, and more so than that, it's about doing something. I was doing laps in my pool, and I had seen a video, old video of Trayvon Martin's mother crying.
Sabrina. Yep.
Yes. And when I was swimming, I was thinking, what more can I do? What more can I do? I got out of that pool and barely dried off and drove straight to Nike. Just, it was something. It came out of my soul. And then I sent my friend a picture of this, and he sent over 3 drag queens to beat this fucker. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right, let's interview.
But you don't think Nike's selling guns to both sides though? Because they give more money to Republicans than Democrats.
Well,
So they kind of selling guns to both sides.
they need not to do that. The big thing about it, I try not to focus on the negative. They put Kaepernick's picture up huge and big, and that part makes people think. And let me tell you something. We have to look at the good. We can't stop people from donating to Republicans. But we can talk about the governor of Flint, of Michigan, and how he has not fixed the water in Flint, you see. We can bring up other things. There's so many issues we could bring up. But we have to stay focused in the struggle. Don't sit down, y'all. Get up. And I've been saying this all over the country. You can be scared. You better be scared of this administration.
Right.
But you must be unafraid. There's a difference. You go on, sit down and cry and say Trump is fucked up and you say this is fucked up. They taking your Medicare. They're taking your Social Security. They're taking everything. But they're not taking your soul. So research Mandela and check your soul. 27 years in solitary confinement. This administration ain't got no real power over the people. Do you understand?
Absolutely. All over God.
Yeah, you stay in your soul. And you get up after you cry and scream and keep yourself in a dark room. Oh, these are dark times. These are not dark times. These are awakening times. The millennials laid down in the streets at universities and block traffic on the freeways. That's what you do until they wake up. You keep them from getting home for dinner and make them think that the world needs to change some kind of how. I don't know why the white people are scared right now, because if we were coming for you, we would have already done it. Stop being scared that there was a black man in the White House for 8 years. And be grateful that we were at peace. There was no war. Trump wants a war.
Yeah.
Trump wants to drop a nuclear bomb so he can go down in history. He's ready to shoot the caravan. And don't you think for 1 minute he won't give the order. They won't shoot.
Well, we're happy
They
to see
won't.
you, Miss Lewis.
Shit. therapy and medication. Medication if you need it. I'm not trying to promote medication. If you need it, though, take it for God's sake. I mean, look at me. I'm fabulous. I just pop those pills. Come on, y'all. Take care of yourselves. I'm talking about self-care. I just hired a trainer because sitting around on the Blackish set, you don't get a lot of exercise. I just hired my nephew at Dark Darren. What's his name? Dark-skinned Darren. At Dark-skinned Darren. If you need a trainer in L.A., call him. Look him up because he's really good. It's not easy to work with me because I cuss people out. I say, I'm not doing 50 more fucking push-ups. But I can't slap my nephew around. My sister will kill me.
But you always seem like you active, though. You was here last time. You was kicking your feet up.
Oh, I'm going to kick again.
You
Let's just do this.
Okay, let's see if she still got it. Let's see if she still got it. Move that chair.
All right.
Titties and hips for my book. I hit a high note for my book. Yay!
There we go.
And now you're woke for my book. What that motherfucking book?
Wait, book.
Now you're woke for my book. Y'all go get the paperback. It's more affordable than the hard copy.
And you can get it in prison.
Yeah, and get it in prison. Come on, baby. And Christmas presents, I want 10,000 of them under the tree. Y'all get this book and know that you can come through the fire no matter how big. I struggle to get to this place where I am. And I was telling people last night after dinner, I'm happy.
Hey, that's important.
These yellow trees around New York right now, that's what I focused on coming down here. To open up my soul from nature so that I could get to you. Okay, here's the kick.
Oh, here we go.
Which way you going? Which way you going?
I'm going that way, like I did last time.
Okay.
Titties and hips.
All right.
On my book. Look how happy. Look young. I'm 61.
There we go. Woo.
Look at that. Look at the joy. Hey. Of course, it was that one man in Chicago,
You still think about him? You still think about him?
Oh, yeah.
That was the poppy, right?
That was the, tasty, even the memory. He was like a 10 belt, not a 8 belt.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch had a 19 pack.
Wow.
And hung like a whore. Well, I mean, I shouldn't have said that. My daughter Charmaine is out there. All right, here's the kick. Oh my God, last time I was here, some guy on the comment said he loved the background of music I did for my kicks. It was just ridiculous. But I love those millennials. They're so ignorant sometimes. Okay, I ain't gonna fall.
I got you if you do.
I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
All right, y'all go. Come on. All right, that's enough of that bullshit. I love coming here. You guys have great personalities. All right, let's talk about the charity.
All right, so
yes.
We're raising money for mental health awareness, and we feel like I know we all feel like Black people, African Americans, don't focus on mental health enough. So we're trying to get the word out there as much as possible.
Touring the country with my book, I found out that more churches, Black churches, are starting counseling.
Right.
So if it's not in your church, or for that matter, any institution that you're involved in, come together with that. Because, those ministers up there going, this and that, and the Lord's going to take care of it. Okay, the Lord's going to take care of it, but you got to take care of it first.
Damn right.
What's that thing?
Faith without works.
Yeah, you make one step, he'll make 2.
That's right.
It's like the guy on the boat saying, God, please let me win the lottery. And God, please, every day, God, please let me win the lottery. Well, God broke her rule and came down here and looked him in the eye and said, Negro, will you please buy a ticket?
Yes, absolutely.
Do something.
Yes.
Jesus. Okay.
Why do you think people don't take the mental health issues of celebrities serious? Like when you see a celebrity having a...
Well, sometimes they think it's a publicity stunt.
Right.
But I assure you, most of the people in show business have mental illness. They have that mania and they hide it on stage. They hide it Guys, I'll say it again. We are as sick as our secrets. Come on out, children. If you in a dark room, drinking yourself to death, eating yourself to death, self-medicating yourself to death, opioiding yourself to death, reach out and get help. Get help. You don't have to do that. There are 7.6 billion people on this planet. You do not have to be alone in your struggle. Reach out. Tell somebody if you've been molested. Don't carry that shit around with you and all that weight you put on so nobody else will touch you. We see you. You really can't hide. All you got to do is look in somebody's eyes. Come on, y'all. We won, and you know it. You know we're one.
Jennifer,
Go ahead, baby.
With your book and you touring and everything, have a lot of people come to you and told you their own personal stories? I'm sure they felt compelled to share with you because you've shared so much.
Yeah. I mean, you know, at my book signings, they'll come and they'll have that 3 seconds with me to take a picture with me, you know. People look down at me because I'm sitting, they go, Miss Lewis, my brother committed suicide. He was bipolar. Just that moment with me. And I always give him a smile. And then unfortunately, I have to go 1, 2, and smile for them. And that's not easy. An African-American woman came. She was 78. And she looked down at me. She said, my husband raped me.
Wow.
And they made me marry him. I read your book. I've left him. Finally, I was like, oh, whoa.
Wow.
And yeah, they come up to me on the street. And I have to say this, and this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Every time somebody walks up to me and say, I read your book, oh, my soul explodes with such gratitude. Because I laid my burden down. I think I said that last time I was here. I laid it down, y'all, and because I laid it down, I can still do those kicks. The will is there to do those kicks, and those kicks represent everything. They represent joy, health, wealth.
Life.
Thank you.
Does coping with anxiety and depression get easier as you get older?
Yes, it does. If you take care of yourself.
Okay.
You don't have to be depressed, babies. You don't have to be. There's help. There is help. You don't have to be all angst about things. I said this a long time ago. Don't let life fuck you up. It's yours. It's yours to drive. Get up in the morning, write down what you're going to do in a day. Be happy on your way to your job, even if you don't like it. You got to be happy on your way to happy. Don't think you're going to get there and be happy. You carry yourself with you. You can't run. I've tried to run. And I got money to run. But you meet yourself when you get there. You meet yourself when you get there, babies. You can't run. I went to Cape Town,
South Africa,
the tip of the motherland. And I went down there where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Indian Ocean. And there were these old large stones that day, and it was a gray day. And those rocks looked more ancient than ever. And every time a wave would smash up and in there, I would say the words, I really like myself. There's a difference between loving yourself and liking yourself. I had just broke up with a man. I ran, shit. He's a suffering motherfucker now. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? I mean, who's going to follow me? Come on, baby. You remember the sex? Through the wall. Come on. I say these sex jokes for him. Because he really, I watched my last interview and you had yourself a ball. And you were like, what about Dick D? Oh, y'all were so funny. I love that interview. But I stood there and I kept saying, I like myself. You know, because when you break up with somebody, you think it's me. It's me. Mm-hmm. No, it's a two-way street, baby. It was both of you. You didn't sit down and talk about it. Communicate with each other. Don't hold no secrets. And people, you know, in relationships, you think that other person knows what you're thinking. No, they don't.
Nope.
We are as different as blades of grass and grains of sand and leaves on a tree. Don't nobody know what you thinking. You talk to your man. You talk to your children. You talk to your parents and your friends. We sitting there depressed. Everybody's drinking and eating and having a good time, and you over there. Come on out, baby.
Are you in your phone trying to avoid
on
everybody?
the phone. Everybody got the phone now to escape. Oh, honey, hang up that phone and go write your own story, kids. Write it down, journal, write your own story. You know what I want in a man now?
What's that?
Oh, I want him to have joy in him. Oh, baby, just have some joy. You know, I got money, Negro. I don't need your money. I need joy. I want a reflection of myself. I'm not perfect. My shit stinks. But come on over here with a smile on your face. Come on over here whole. You don't have to be perfectly whole, but be whole. Love children. I can't stand when people don't love. Can you not love a baby? Mm-hmm. Oh, dear God.
You think we could ever be whole? My therapist said that she don't think we could ever be whole.
I didn't say perfect.
Okay.
I said whole. Whole simply means just check in. Sit still and check in. Mm-hmm. What's going on with you? You know, I studied with this guru years ago. I know all of the answers are inside of me now. Oh, honey, I went to psychics. I went hither, snither, quither, searching for the answer. And then you find out. It's right here. It's in your backyard.
Absolutely.
It's right here. But what was the question? I was going to come to something. What did you...
Oh, I said that the therapist said you can never be whole.
Oh, yes, you can, and you tell her I said that. Mm-hmm. Whole is not perfect. It's just being centered and living in the moment. Now, it's difficult. You live in the moment, and the future and the past can't hurt you. Mm. But I'm telling you one damn thing. You better go back to that past and pull that pain out of you. And go down to the root. Snatch that bitch like a weed. It's gonna come back. You go down to the root of your mother slapping you in your face and then telling you, don't cry. Where you think those feelings went? They're in your molecular structure as you sit where you sit. The Snickers bar you ate is still in your molecular structure. We don't get away with anything. What's done in the dark comes to light. Don't get it twisted. I told you can't run. Look in the mirror. You look in that mirror. You want to know who you are? Look at your friends. Mm. Who's sitting across from you? What's reflecting you? What have you created for yourself in this day, at this moment? What's in front of you? There's your answer. You're surrounded by assholes and people who gossip and carry on a little nasty talking about somebody else. Look at her. Hiding all that fat under those choir robes. You better look in the mirror. I mean that shit. I get tired of seeing sisters this big dying from heart attacks because they got so much fat around their heart. You stop that shit. You don't get to eat fried chicken every fucking day. You eat a salad.
What does it mean for Blackish to have a 100th episode?
Oh, Blackish. And did y'all see it on Prince?
Yeah, the Prince
Wasn't
episode.
it good? It was so good. Everybody was so talented and wonderful. I saw the episode the other night. We're excited, guys. That's a great feat.
Especially for a black show.
You know, I did a show called Strong Medicine, and we actually did a.
And how has the medication helped you? For people out there that are listening that are having mental.
Okay, hold the second question. The first one was,
when did you realize you needed help?
Okay, guys, and I'm asking you not to wait this long, because you'll ruin your life. When I first went out to L.A., Robert Wax, who has passed on, had 4 people on his roster: Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Chris Rock, and me. And I went to the Beverly Hills Cop 1 or 2, I can't remember, to his home, beautiful home in Beverly Hills. And when I got there, it was my first Hollywood party. When I got there, they were serving margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had just moved out from New York, where you don't drive here. At dinner, they served red wine. For the cake, big cake that said Beverly Hills Cop, they served champagne. Never mix, never worry. I mixed. I was so drunk. Now, his wife came out and asked me. I had a little Mazda 323. Got an S550 now. But, okay. Oh, I was a baby. Mm-hmm. Now I'm grown. I'm Jennifer motherfucking Lewis. Hey, titties and hips from my book.
Hey.
So she came out. She asked me if I was all right, and I thought I was. Mm-hmm. I went over a canyon called Coldwater Canyon, and it's just through the mountains. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was so drunk. But those 2 yellow lines got me home. It was the first time I knew or understood or had experienced blind drunk. I couldn't see the trees. It was just dark. But those 2 yellow lines got me home.
That was God watching you.
And the next morning, gives me chills. I said to myself, I could have killed children last night.
Well, you
I
didn't.
could have. But I could have.
She's right, though.
And you could have.
Thank God.
And you could have. And you could have. Get some help for your addictions. Don't go out in the world. You're dangerous. You don't know it. You don't want to be, but you are. Speeding in a car, sitting once again in those dark rooms, raging at work. There's always somebody at work you don't like. Well, they don't like you either. So look in the mirror. Somebody at church gossiping about what you wearing. Well, stop that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about medication?
The medication, here's the thing. You have to be patient for it. Ooh. You have to be patient for your dosage. Everybody is different. Every body type is different. It's like any other medication. Insulin. Chemo. They have to measure your blood, measure your body. You have to be patient for that because people will get side effects. Mm-hmm. Now, my side effects, I told Oprah this years ago when I went on her show and talked about bipolar disorder. My side effects first was dry mouth. I was like, what the fuck? It's going on, huh? I was dry. I was like, oh. Now, so I went to the dentist because I was scared. And his first question was, did you start a new medication? And I was like, yeah. And he said, you have dry mouth. So they lowered that milligram. They lowered the milligrams. And then the second side effect was my sexual desire went away.
Well, dry mouth could be sexual malfunction.
Well,
too
you
now.
can mess that up.
Yeah, yeah.
Surely. Surely. I love that word. That's a new word. Surely.
Surely.
Instead of surely. Surely. And that whole sex decrease I was not having that. I was still very young. I was in my 30s. So I went to my shrink. I was like, hey, I ain't going for no medication that's going to take my sexual desire away. So they lowered that medication. You got to be patient for it. Look, I'm not saying it's going to work for you.
Right.
It worked for me.
And pay attention to how your body reacts to it. Because
Absolutely.
when you start
and,
something.
Oh, and here's the thing. Ladies and germs. You don't get to not take them. Don't get on medication and not take it. And then you think you all right. Oh, I did that right before, I think it was during the Temptations. That story is in the book.
Yep.
I'd gone to a spa and did the whole wheatgrass thing and the juicing and everything. And I thought I was fine. I was like, I don't need no medication. Shit. I got to wherever we were filming the Temptations when I played Mama Rose. Everybody loves me, Mama Rose. I love that too. But I spiraled. I had a nervous breakdown. And it was that night in that nasty hotel, I'll never forget that hotel, that I fell to the floor. I was in so much pain. And that was the day that I called my therapist and I said, I'm ready to admit that I'm sick. Please help me. Those are some hard words, y'all. Especially when you think you all that.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't waste it.
Don't wait as
Honor
long.
your youth. When they say that youth is wasted on the young, is that the young is wasted, whatever that expression is. Because now I'm 61 and I wish I had that 30-year-old body.
Because you know what to do with it now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why they say it's
I
wasted
know
on the
not to
young.
hurt myself.
Right.
I had a friend that was about 82. He said, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself.